everybody. Hope you're doing well today. Question for you. Do you ever feel like you're in a power struggle with your husband or your wife? Like he or she always has to be the winner, always has to be right, and they always want you to know that they know what is best. Well, hey, this attitude of comparison, pride, arrogance, and competition is really what the Bible calls boasting. In 1 Corinthians 13:4, it says that love is patient, love is kind, love does not envy, and love does not boast. Hey, well, welcome to the Turn It Up Marriage Tips and Tools Show. Hi, I'm Kelly, pastor, police chaplain, marriage coach, and author of the book, Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want. Hey, boasting is very dangerous in a relationship. It's about excessive pride, arrogance, and being self-centered. True love is not about showcasing your achievements or trying to outdo your husband or your wife. Instead, love comes from a heart of humility. True love involves being humble and valuing your partner's feelings, needs, and desires as much as your own. True love also realizes that being in a relationship is not a competition. Love is a partnership where you each support and encourage each other. When one person wins, you both win. You see, boasting erodes trust and creates insecurity. In fact, it's probably caused by the insecurity in your husband or your wife or in yourself because you're not sure that you're okay. You're not sure if you're enough, that you can handle what is being thrown at you, that you're able to deal with life as it is. And so that insecurity causes us to compensate. And the way we do that, honestly, is by boasting. But the boasting is going to damage your relationship. So that's why the Bible tells us that love does not boast. When one partner constantly brags or boasts, it can make the other person, the other husband or wife, your spouse, feel less valued and less appreciated. You see, true love is about listening and validating. It's being willing to listen to each other's achievements, concerns, and emotions without interrupting or without overshadowing. What's overshadowing? That's where your spouse is telling you about something that they're struggling with, or maybe something from their past that's still kind of bothering them today. And you reply with, well, if you think that's bad, let me tell you what my dad did to me. Now, what are you doing? You're hijacking the conversation, and in a sense, you're boasting about your pain is greater than your spouse's pain. So what do you need to do instead? You need to listen and validate and really focus. So what can you do if you struggle with boasting? Well, one, admit you have a problem or that this is a struggle for you, and ask God to forgive you. Oh, yeah, I would like you to see boasting and this pride thing as a sin that needs to be forgiven. You may even then want to go to your spouse and ask him or her to forgive you as well. Secondly, though, second step to deal with boasting, if you have that kind of thing in your heart, is ask God to change your heart, to make you more mindful when you're boasting. Lord, show me when I'm crossing the line. Show me, Lord, when I'm entering into that boasting or comparison or competitiveness that is damaging my relationship with my husband or wife. And then ask God to heal the insecurities and the desires that you have to always one up or be better than your spouse. Thirdly, repent. Do things differently. Make the choice. Choose to be humble. Choose to love. Choose we instead of me. You see, you really can celebrate the success of your husband or your wife because it's no longer me against the world, it's we. What are we going to do? How did we handle this situation? Celebrating what we accomplished. Because I know that when my wife graduated from college, I basically felt like it was a celebration for me as well. Now, she did all the work, don't get me wrong, but I was joking with my friends that I got a PhD degree, which stood for putting her through, because I took care of the kids, I cooked all the meals, I cleaned the house, I did the laundry. Because everything that my wife was focused on was getting her studies done and passing her classes. And she did. She graduated first in her class in nursing school. And I'm really glad that I made that choice, and I'm really glad she made that choice and worked so hard. What I'm saying, though, is that when one of you succeeds, both of you succeeds. So celebrate it as a win for both of you, not just for your husband or your wife. Step number 4 in this how do we change is basically then focus on your husband or your wife. Choose to honor, appreciate, be grateful, listen, validate, and then celebrate the gift that God gave you in your husband or your wife. One way to do that is found in Ephesians 5, which says, husbands, love your wives, and wives, respect your husbands. Well, I've done lots of recordings on this topic, and you can look those up. But what I want to just remind you of is that really a husband, the best way to love your wife is to make her feel special to you. And then wives, the best way to respect your husband is to honor him and celebrate him and appreciate him. By the way, if your spouse is doing this, if they're the ones that struggle with bragging and boasting and pride and insecurity, and they don't seem to want to stop, well, I suggest you have a calm, confrontational conversation. And by confrontational, I don't mean that you're mad at them. I just mean that you're calling it to their attention. Share how your spouse's behavior makes you feel and ask them to change. And if this is an issue in your marriage, I suggest you get some help from someone like me as a marriage coach, or then perhaps a therapist as well. And of course, pray and ask God to help you and to work in your spouse's life. By the way, I would suggest too, don't pray, God change my wife or God change my husband. Instead, pray, God change me. Well, if you want to have a great marriage, one that's going to last a lifetime, my encouragement, my tip, my tool for you today is this. Remember that love does not boast. And if you like this recording, be sure to like, comment, share. And if you're watching this on YouTube, hit the subscribe button right now. And if you want more, you can get a digital copy of my book, Turn It Up, How to Have the Lifelong Marriage That You Really Want, for only $3.75. That's 75% off the price on Amazon. Just go to turnitup.coach/75. And you can also order a print copy if you live in the United States for $4.99. So that's how you can get a copy of my book, turnitup.coach/75. Hey, we'll leave a comment if you'd like some personal coaching for your marriage or just for your life from me. And I'll send you a link, and we can set up a free call, and then let's take a look at what's going on in your life and how you can step into all that God has for you. Hey, well, that's it for this episode of the Turn It Up Marriage Tips and Tools Show. Until next time, may God bless you. May God bless your marriage as you turn it up.